4th or whatever.
Extraordinary American presidents.
Definitely.
He's not even looking at the camera.
Thomas Jefferson
He's
wrote
look-
the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice. Franklin Roosevelt, who inspired us to reject fear. I revere this office. I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our use.
Yeah, she's definitely given the sign language a lot of work to do. Keeping up with with all the mumbling. With all the mumbling and bumbling, she's got to figure it out.
Yeah. It's not about me. It's about you.
They couldn't have put his teleprompter on the same
family.
level as the camera. Come on,
Right.
dude.
Futures. It's about we, the people. We can never forget that. And I never have. I've made it clear that I believe America is at an inflection point.
Wow, he's reading for sure.
One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character and public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions because I know you, the American people. And I know this, we are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office,
Why does he look so
I
orange?
promise to always level with you, to tell you the truth. The truth.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
The sacred cause of this country is larger than any one of us. And those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much.
Cherry?
We
The
cherry.
cause of American democracy itself. Must unite to protect it. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy.
What? So run
That
again.
includes personal ambition.
Well, he's a martyr, team. So
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
Is that what you
It's the best way to
decided,
unite
Joe?
our nation.
called it, Hannah Claire. You said he would.
You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices.
Kamala Harris?
Yes,
Question mark?
younger voices.
Oh yeah, yo! If we go back and look, even as early, even as late as 2016, he was sharp. He was sharp, but like right around then, it was definitely a sharp decline. King said, "We don't orange shame. I suspect it's to make his skin look alive." Yep. I mean, it definitely looks better than that silhouette of whatever he usually looks like.
And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president. That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy.
So, guys, really quick, I did switch up the title and thumbnail of this. So, if you could do me a huge favor and share this video out, hopefully it'll get the new title and thumbnail, and we'll be talking about Joe and get some more people up in the building. Thank you. And of course, if you have not already, please hit that like button.
I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism. Make it clear there is no place in America where political violence or any violence ever, period. I'm going to keep speaking out to protect our kids from gun violence.
He's gonna skeet.
Our planet for climate crisis
Hope he says
is an
Biden out.
existential threat.
Biden out.
I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot.
What?
So we can end
For what? Your cancer moonchild?
Biden out.
existential threat.
Biden out.
I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot.
What?
So we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. I'm going to call for
The shades of
Supreme Court
grave. Good one.
Oh.
because this is critical to our democracy. Supreme Court reform. You know, I will keep
See, everybody else is just like, okay, let's be quiet and listen to him. That's no fun. Let's run it back and do it like we normally do.
working to ensure America remains strong, secure, and the leader of the free world. I'm the first president in this century to report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world. We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop
Wait, did he just say America's not at war anywhere in the world?
Anywhere in the world. To report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world.
Sure about that? Sure about that?
We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop Putin from taking over Ukraine.
With a war?
In the same breath, he says
We'll
that.
keep NATO stronger, and I'll make it more powerful and more united than any time in all of our history. I'll keep doing the same for allies in the Pacific. You know, when I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. That's not the case anymore.
What?
And I'm going to keep working to end the war in Gaza, bring home all the hostages, and bring peace and security to the Middle East and end this war. We're also working around the clock to bring home Americans being unjustly detained all around the world. You know, we've come so far since my inauguration. On that day, I told you, as I stood in we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities.
I like winter apparel.
We're in the grip of the we were in the grip of the worst pandemic in the century, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. We came together as Americans. We got through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure.
If only, you know, COVID would have done that.
Today, we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs a record.
Yeah, that's a pretty big reason why we're in all these wars, right?
Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down.
No, they're not.
The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years.
The racial wealth gap.
We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation. We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors.
We have to talk about.
And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just
Is he
seniors.
campaigning?
I was just gonna
Wrap it up,
say.
dude.
More people have health care
Yeah,
today
right.
in
You're
America
out.
than
You're
ever
out.
before. And I signed one of those significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who are exposed to toxic materials.
I just want him to be like, I'm not leaving.
No,
I'm not leaving.
significant
Hey,
climate law
sounds like that was a good precedent. I'm
ever in the history
staying.
of the world.
I'm not fucking
The
leaving.
first major
No,
gun
you're
safety law in
reason
30
that.
years. Today, violent crime rate is at a 50-year
The best
low.
way to do that is to
I don't
Also
understand
securing our
why he's
border.
campaigning right now if he's quitting.
Border crossings are
find out
lower
who's
today
on his
when the previous
time off.
administration
His legacy.
took office.
Headed up
All
his
right.
campaign off.
I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court. of the United States.
That's disgusting. You
I also kept my commitment
Oh,
to
good.
have an administration that looks like America and be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done.
It looks like it.
I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea. An idea
Convince
stronger
me.
than any
I'm
army,
voting for Kamala.
bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant.
I will say he does look a lot better than he has looked recently. Like, and I mean, look, not in terms of, you know, the color, but I mean, in terms of how well he's doing and not flubbing every single sentence.
It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either.
What?
And I do not
Thanks,
believe the
buddy.
American people will walk away from it now.
But yeah, guys, hit the poll. Let me know. Let me know if you'd rather stick here, if you'd rather go back. I don't know how long this is going to go. We're definitely not going to watch this whole thing. It was boring as hell. But yeah, let me know.
In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future.
Crazy, he's been
I made
politics
my
for so
choice.
long, considering how stiff this
I
is.
made my views known. I'd like to thank our great Vice President Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Now the choice is up to you, the American people.
You know, King said my whole life, every president did their 8 years straight up until Trump and this guy. Just saying. I'm only 30, but yeah. And I mean, it should have been Trump in 2020, but yeah, now. Yeah, we have exactly.
When you make that choice, remember the words of Benjamin Franklin that's hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or a republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can.
Shout out to Mary Harlow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Don't worry, we are not live missing anything. I've backed it up so we could talk about it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party.
Keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter, honest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Claymont, Delaware,
Fit through adversity.
sit
Well
behind the
played.
president
That was good.
in the Oval Office, President of the United States. Here I am.
Like having a stutter means you're born out legs or something.
Inexplicably, here I am.
We're a nation of promise and possibilities, of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things.
All right, I
I
get
give
it.
my heart and my soul to our nation.
Oh, I thought I was going to say
So many others.
You're saying, not sure
I'm
if you give your
blessed.
soul to America.
A million times in return with the love and support of the American people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you. The great thing about America is here. Kings and dictators do not rule. The people do.
Except for when you're Merrick
The
Garland.
street is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of
Okay,
America
so it's
lies in
almost
your
done. We'll
hands.
just go through the whole thing.
You just have to keep faith. Keep the faith. And remember who we are. We're the United States of America. And there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together.
Oh, I want him to stop. It's nails on
Let's
a
act
chalkboard.
together.
It's enough.
Preserve our democracy.
He keeps sounding like he's about to
God bless you
democracy
all.
again.
We got to protect our troops.
All right.
Pre-recorded? or-
All right. Ooh,
What?
interesting.
Pre-recorded.
Definitely
Pre-recorded.
not in
Pre-recorded.
the White House. I mean, those trees behind him did not move at all. Right.
Well, United States of America. And there's simply nothing.
I don't know. What do you guys
Except
think?
for when you're
Pre-recorded or not? Pre-recorded or not?